So welcome. So good to have you here. My name is Jeff Nevin. I'm the Executive Director here at Indwell, and tonight I'm your host, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hi, I'm Alice Plug-Bust, and I am the President of the Board of Directors for Indwell.
It's great to have all of you here watching today. And Alice, take us away.
Yeah, I just want to say welcome to everybody, and thank you so much for coming. We're so grateful to have you here. We're super excited about this unique opportunity to be able to get together with people across Southern Ontario and way beyond even. Very exciting where everybody is coming from. I've heard that we have over 1,000 people registered. 1,168 people was a number I heard, which is just so exciting. For those of you who pre-registered before a few days ago, I think you should have gotten in the mail a package which includes a few different items that you can use for this virtual gala so that it can feel like a real gala to you. So we have a napkin we can use and a coaster that actually has seeds inside of it, which you can plant afterwards, so you can even witness the growth of Indwell through watching your plants grow as well.
Flowers grow.
Yes. So I'll be saving that one. There's also a little sticker which we can add to our glasses so that our glasses kind of match together, so that even though we're all apart, far away from each other by distance, we can at least have glasses that match each other's glass. So,
awesome.
Jeff,
and I
you
have,
can add yours too.
The carrot muffin here and the drink that we sent some recipes ahead. So I'm going to enjoy this as well. And I think we have our first. Ooh, there we go. You can do this at home too. You can put on the sticker on your glass, just like Alice. There we go. And we're going to go straight to our first welcoming video from Fred Spoelstra. He's the Vice President of our Board of Directors, and he's going to dedicate this evening.
Good evening. On behalf of the tenants and staff and board of Indwell, welcome to a special evening of celebration. I'm Fred Spoelstra, and I have the privilege of serving on the Indwell board. While we certainly miss the opportunity to join in our traditional gala setting, there is a silver lining in the cloud, and that is that well over 1,000 people could be celebrating with us this evening at this virtual banquet. Community partners, supporters, tenants, community officials, and those like my mother living in assisted living, thanks to Shalom Gardens for streaming it to their residents. It's wonderful. Hope, homes, and transforming lives has been the mission of Indwell since the foundations were laid as the homestead in the 1970s. Indwell is now blessed to be able to serve over 600 tenants with expanded services and programs in Hamilton, Woodstock, Simcoe, and London. Our Executive Director, Jeff Nevin, and our Board Chair, Alice Plug-Bust, are looking forward to sharing the exciting stories not only of numerical growth and expansion into new communities, but also the stories of lives changed, of people with renewed hope. We're excited about our mission and vision. If you're new to Indwell, welcome aboard. If you're a long-term supporter, we look forward to you continuing to journey with us. We covet your encouragement and prayers, and as you are able, your financial support. The challenges faced by the poor, the homeless, the marginalized, those struggling with mental health and addiction issues are very real, very great. With your support, more people can receive the gift of community, of hope, and of a home. Before I invite you to join me in an opening prayer and turn you back to Jeff and Alice, a special word of thanks. In the months of having faced the challenges of COVID-19, we've been blessed to not have a single case among our tenants. Thanks to our staff and our tenants for their dedication and resiliency. It's been amazing. Please join with me in a time of prayer. Dear God and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for this wonderful opportunity that through technology we can meet in this way. We recognize that even in the challenges of the COVID-19 time and the inability to meet as people sitting around a table, around sharing a meal, that it is wonderful that we can yet get together in this particular way. We thank you for Indwell. We thank you for its mission and for its vision, for its tenants and for its staff. And we pray as we face the challenges of living in this particular time in the communities that we serve, that you would bless us with the resources that we need in order to serve more people. We recognize that the hurts of the world cry out to you for justice and for mercy and for compassion. And we pray that as you invite us to love our neighbors, that we do so in this particular way through this wonderful organization. We thank you that your great love for us has demonstrated itself so well in the gift of yourself in Jesus Christ. In his name we thank you. Amen. Again, thanks for joining us as we provide hope and homes to our tenants. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks for joining us tonight. And man, you look sharp in that tuxedo. That is awesome. We're here today to talk about Indwell and what we together are trying to achieve. Almost 50 years ago now, John and Sini Prinzen started this, and they brought together people of faith who, as an outpouring of their faith, wanted to make a difference. They wanted to see hope and homes for all. They wanted to see communities where people could come, often out of institutions like hospital or homelessness, and come together and to learn life skills and to seek what we call health, wellness, and belonging. Now, today, our support community is continuing to grow, and there's still, at our core, we are a faith-based organization, and it's an outpouring of our faith. But I know that some of you don't use that word, or it feels a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm glad you're here today too. And I want to talk about what brings us all, unites us all together in this movement towards transformation of life. And we call it 3 values. The first one is around dignity. We believe that all people have value, worth, and that it doesn't matter if someone's lying on the street or in a suit like I am today, or a jacket anyways, we all have the same value. The second is that we actually think Jesus was serious when he said, love your neighbor as yourself. And third, we believe that we're part of a story of hope. No matter how bad today is, tomorrow can be better. We're part together of a redemptive story. And that's really important. And it's critical right now as we think about the last 3 months. We think about COVID, we think about the murder of George Floyd, and we grieve, and we cry out, and we say, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. And we wrestle with this. And it brings me right back to 11 years ago when we opened the Perkins Center and we were looking for a name, and we said, what do we want to be as a beacon in our neighborhood? What is the message that we want carried? And the message that John Perkins brought, a civil rights leader from the South, and his message here to us when we had conferences 11 years ago and then 9 years ago again, my hair was almost similar there, but when we came together to talk about the inequalities in our society, to evaluate ourselves and to understand where we have room to grow and need to grow. And we can't talk about race in Canada. We can't talk about racial inequality in Canada without talking about the systemic racism against our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And we start with an understanding that we are right here on land that traditionally belonged to our Indigenous community, Indigenous nations, across all of our sites, and we're in real estate, so it's about land and buildings. We recognize that we are on Indigenous land. And if you haven't researched it, go look up the treaties that have been signed, and you'll be surprised and hopefully shocked in a disappointing kind of way how often those treaties, we have violated those. Go check them out. And we move together, though, in this kind of time, in this present moment where we still are looking, how do we, under the same principle as 50 years ago, how do we ensure that we exist for the least of these? How do we ensure that there's justice? How do we ensure that vulnerable people have a home? And so tonight we're celebrating Hope at Home. And we know that many folks don't have home. How can you celebrate? How can you stay home for COVID if you don't have a home? And so together here we are writing a new story. And I'm so thankful that you're here to join us. Some of you folks have already chimed in on the chat and let us know where you're from. I'm going to check out on this computer right now. So this is your cue that if you haven't already, you can do a shout out, say where you're from, say hello. And we have a number of you have shared this on Facebook. You can do that. Please share. If you're just joining us now because one of your friends joined, this is Indwell. We're talking about hope and homes for all. I'm glad you're here. We're going to have a whirlwind tour tonight. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to hear some great stories. And I just want to say thank you to all those who are tuning in. Feel free in the chat on YouTube just to say greetings from wherever the town is that you're from or a group that you're representing. Or if you're doing, have a social distancing gathering, like I know some of you folks in London are in a backyard and you have it up on a screen, take a shot and put it on Twitter and tag us. We're so excited. I have a list here of some of the places that you're from. Hamilton, London, KW, Toronto, GTA, Mississauga, Norfolk County, Oxford County, Niagara. I see some of you chiming in right now where you're from. That's awesome. We have folks from Niagara, Brant, Chatham, Ottawa, and apparently if I do a special shout out to the Ottawa people, there's a story that some of you are going to donate even more tonight. But you can ask Teresa about that if you're related to her. And we have folks up north in Huntsville and out in Eastern Ontario and Kingston, and we have people joining us from other provinces. In addition to Ontario, we got Quebec, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Manitoba, British Columbia, Alberta, and I even understand across the pond in the UK. And so thank you for joining us. Also for folks joining us from the United States, folks from Tennessee, New York, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Indiana, California, and Arizona. Make sure that you chime in on the YouTube chat and say hello. We're so glad that you're here. We know that this movement is spreading. It's spread from John and Cini 50 years ago. It's spreading across southern Ontario, and it's spreading beyond, where there's a movement of people coming together, and tonight is an example of that, where we come together for a greater purpose beyond ourselves to make sure that everyone has hope and homes. So thank you for joining us on that. Alice, I'm going to kick it over to you.
Sorry, I think there's a hashtag yet, too.
Oh.
You were going to do like a fancy hashtag.
Oh, did I have to do that? My kids are going to say it's cringy. So there's a hashtag. And what's the hashtag? Indwell, hope at home. But you got to spell out at, otherwise it'll do funny things on your hashtag.
All right, thanks, Jeff. That was cringy, you're right. So these banquets are a fantastic way for us to celebrate together with communities. We're just excited that even in this different time, we're able to do something that's new and exciting. Super excited to be able to celebrate together with people from all over the place. And so we are going to just celebrate the fact that we are doing this online. It's not a, oh, well, we have to. It's a, we get to do this online with over 1,000 people. And so this is an exciting time. And what we like to use this for is specifically for fundraising. Normally, we do 4 different fundraisers across our regions. And those 4 different fundraisers in the past have raised about $70,000. We realize that this time is different. And so our goal for this year, as you can see right below me here, is $50,000 for this fundraising event. And I am convinced that we can bring above and beyond that amount. So right below me here, you'll see our kind of fundraising goal timeline, which is actually the Rudy Holst Commons building that we're in right now. Jeff and I are here, and we just are excited to watch that green line go up and up and up, and we're going to watch it blow right into the sky, I think, tonight. So thank you so much for everybody who has already donated, and we're just so excited to to continue that over the course of this evening. We know that your generosity will be abundant, and we are just thrilled to be able to have this time together with you.
So, if you want to donate, and I know you wouldn't be watching this if you had no interest in that, if you're able and willing, would you, you can go to our website, and you can see it listed right here at indwell.ca/donate. You can donate through there. If you're having a hard time getting onto that website, you can also donate through Canada Helps. Have your credit card handy. You can also call us, and the number to call us is right there, 1-866-529-0454. And you can call us, and Kelly is taking your calls, and she'll take your credit card. And for those of you who still like to send in a check, you can do that, but we want to include you in this thermometer below. So the best way you can do that is you can still call in and make the pledge, or you can just shoot me a quick email at jeff@indwell.ca. I'll take that, and we'll add that to the total and the fundraising thermometer right below me here. So please go ahead and do that.
So we already have some exciting news to share. Some of you have given while you were registering already. So we already are at an exciting number, and that number by the end of May was $11,465. So we are at least a fifth of the way there already, even before this event has begun. So we are just so excited that you are joining us to create more affordable, supportive housing communities together with us.
So get ready, buckle up, because we're going to go on a whirlwind tour of a lot of our programs. And we're going to start first right here where I am in Hamilton. It's quite a distance, as I mentioned, for some of you other folks. And Hamilton right here is the birthplace of Indwell. And right here we're supporting over 300 people in Hamilton. That's part of 600 people across Indwell, across Southern Ontario in our locations, that we're providing housing and supports to keep people housed and to help people to set goals, to thrive and to flourish. And if you're just joining us, Jeff Nevin's my name. We're Indwell, we're about hope, we're about homes, and right now we're going to check in with Jess Brand, our Assistant Program Director, and from Graham Cubitt, our Director of Projects and Development, and we'll also hear from Lawrence, a tenant at Parkdale Landing. So let's go.
I'm Jess Brand, Indwell's Assistant Program Director. Part of my role with Indwell is supporting our programs here in Hamilton. That's about 322 people, give or take, and their pets. Indwell started here in Hamilton at our group home on Locke Street. You can see the building here, about 44 years ago. We're actually still supporting some of the tenants who lived with us on Locke Street all those years ago. They're still our tenants today, and it's a joy to know them. In about the year 2000, we purchased the Caroline Street apartment building. It's our first large apartment building, and kind of the first shift that we did in changing how we support people. Indwell's always trying to find creative ways of supporting people in their independence and their wellness in different ways. The Caroline Street apartment building is now part of our Hamilton Apartments program. The Hamilton Apartments program is where people live very independently while receiving some staff support to help them with connecting with community supports and also connecting within their community in the apartment building. So the Hamilton Apartments program includes the Caroline Street apartment building, Princeton Flats, Rudy House Commons, Perkins Center, and this summer they'll be welcoming our new building, our new community at 500 James. We're excited about that, looking forward to a new name for that any day now. Not long after we opened the Caroline Street apartment building, we recognize that there's still an ongoing need for people to have a bit more support, more intensive support in their housing to help them live well. So we have the Wentworth Street group home. So that's 25 rooms in our home there. At the Wentworth Street group home, people access meals. They have access to medication. There's staff who provide programming and activities like our Mindfulness Mondays and other recreation programs. It's a true home. It's such a lovely place to be. When you're at the Wentworth program, you can't walk away from there not saying, that is home. It's an incredible place to be. But you know, Indwell, we're always looking for ways of supporting people. And so the group home model works well for some folks, but there's also a need for support in independent apartments. So we, about 4 years ago, opened our Strathern program. And the Strathern program, we were able to offer people support in an apartment building. It's not 24-hour support, but it is more intensive support. So we could provide addiction support, harm reduction programming, 1 hot meal a day, but people still have a kitchen so they can make their breakfast and their lunch on their own. We provide furnishings in their apartments because often people are coming from places where maybe they haven't had the time or they've lost their furniture through the process of life. So our Strathern program has now expanded. We also have our Parkdale Landing program. It's about 2 blocks down the road, a very short bike ride to get to the Parkdale Landing building from the Strathern Suites. And we're thrilled this fall to be opening McQueston Lofts, 50 one-bedroom apartments just north of our Parkdale Landing building. So the Parkdale Landing, Strathern Suites, and McQueston Lofts will form an entirely new program community with those 3 buildings together. The thing that continues through all of our different programs, from the Wentworth program where we have 24-hour care, to Strathern and Parkdale, McQueston Lofts, Hamilton Apartment Program, is our housing support. We're looking to help people increase their wellness, their health, their belonging through the supports that we provide in our housing. That means on-site housing support, staff who know our tenants, know them well, tenants who know our staff and know them well, a community that thrives and cares for each other.
Hey everybody, Graham Cubitt, Director of Projects and Development here on site at 500 James, our project in partnership with Houston Street Baptist Church. Even despite the pandemic, we've been able to make great progress on site as this has been an essential workplace. With everyone working safely, we're nearly finished the project. Should be opening sometime later this spring probably, or early July. We're in one of the 1-bedroom apartments here. These are beautiful layouts that people are really looking forward to moving into. We've already got most of the tenants lined up for this project, many of whom are coming from here in the north end of Hamilton. This partnership with Houston has been phenomenal. We'll be able to work through every stage of the development, from design and right through construction, overcoming many challenges, and really going to end up with a very beautiful and very functional and very affordable building for the tenants who are going to call this place home.
I'm here at McQueston Lofts, part of Parkdale Landing in East Hamilton. This is 50 new apartments in a 4-story building. This is being constructed to Passive House standards as well. And you can see progress behind me here is looking really good as all the trades are on site. Working safely, of course, as we continue through this pandemic, but making good headway on this project opening this fall. I'm here on East Avenue North in Hamilton at our Royal Oak Dairy site. This is soon to become 95 apartments. We have our foundation permits in place, and there's some site work happening here today. There's the old stables in the background. Royal Oak Dairy was the last dairy in Hamilton that had door-to-door milk delivery with horse-drawn wagons, and the horses lived in that stables right there. So about a year from now, just over a year from now, 95 apartments will be here on site, affordable homes for people living in central Hamilton.
My name is Lawrence Cartwright.
And Lawrence, how long have you lived here?
Going on 18 months. Staff are funny. Some I get along with, some I don't.
Yep.
It depends what day it is, like everything else in life.
Yep. Do you have friends here?
I have friends here. My life has cost me 24 years in prison, 16 years in a provincial, 8 years in a penitentiary. Now today I've been out 16 years out of federal.
Yeah.
Got my own place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well gave me a job there doing recycling.
Do you like doing it?
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
Yep.
Because some people don't know how to recycle.
Yep.
So I go in there like a raccoon and sort through it.
Yep.
I walk a lot. I walk to sometimes 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yep.
I just walk.
Yeah.
walking to the green window shop a lot.
Yep.
Because a lot of the stores are closed.
Yep. Do you think that we can go up and see your apartment for the video?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go check through.
This is Bob Brattina, former mayor and now member of parliament, and so proud to have had a very small role to play in the wonderful Indwell projects, many of which are in my riding. I have the Perkins Center, Strathern Suites, Parkdale Landing, the Rudy Hulse Commons, and I remember a neighbor coming up to me when they were building that saying, "Was that going to be okay for the neighborhood?" And I said, "You're lucky you have Indwell as a neighbor." And that's the way it turned out. Congratulations, and have some wonderful projects to come up. We'll be there to help you.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well during this very difficult time as we get through this pandemic. You know, I'm a huge supporter of Jeff, Graham, and of course of Indwell. And I'm so proud to be able to take part in this virtual gala. The very first virtual gala that I've been part of, and I'm sure it's the first one for Indwell as well. Well, I hope next time we get together, it's in person. And in the meantime, stay safe, be well, and have fun.
So good evening and welcome to Indwell's Hope and Home Gala. We are living in difficult times, and Indwell is serving such an important need in terms of the housing that they provide in our communities. Thank you, Indwell, for doing that good work, and keep your sponsorship and support for Indwell going.
Congratulations, Indwell, on your virtual gala. My name's Narendra and I'm Ward 3 City Councillor, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all the ways in which you bring compassion into our city. Thank you for all the practical ways in which you deliver outcomes, not only for those who are facing housing precarity here in our city, but fundamentally outcomes that lead us towards being a city that is equitable and that is sustainable and that is doing it with heart and integrity. Thank you.
Hi, my name is TJ McGibbon. I am a local actor and ambassador for Indwell. As a resident of Hamilton, I can recognize that our #1 problem is affordable housing. I love how Indwell can face this challenge head-on while loving their neighbors, valuing the dignity of everyone, and providing hope to our city's most vulnerable. It is also so inspiring to see Indwell do this with excellence, and they set such an amazing example. I love you all, and I'm so thankful for what you are doing in my city and beyond.
Hey everybody, it's Max from Arkells. We understand that Indwell's Gala is going virtual this year, which makes sense for the times. But we just want to say we're so incredibly proud to be partnering with them and Plus One on our rally, which is next year, summer of 2021, because we know the importance of their incredible work in our community. So if you can support Indwell, please do that, and huge thanks and love and gratitude to everybody who works at Indwell. Keep on!
Oh, that was great, wasn't it? Thank you, Jess, Graham, and Lawrence. You're the reason why we're all here tonight. Thank you. Thank you also for the shout-outs, Bob, Donna, Fred, Narinder, TJ, and Max. Thank you for coming alongside, being a part of this community that wants our city and all of us to be better. So thank you for that. My name is Jeff Nevin. The Executive Director, if you're just joining us, the Executive Director of Indwell, and I'm one of your hosts tonight. And I'm with?
I'm the co-host. I'm Alice Plug-Bust, and I am the President of the Board of Directors of Indwell. Thank you again for coming.
And if you just tuned in, you might be wondering, what are they wearing? Good question. During this COVID time, this is an example of Indwell. It's an example of how when we ask for help, the entire community rallies around and you all help. And very quickly, we just put out a notice saying, hey, if you can sew us some gowns, that would be great. And very quickly, I think the textile companies got rid of some of their, well, most fabulous textiles here in fabric.
Yours really suits you well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
good.
So tonight, both of these were made by my mother. So thanks, Mom. Thanks for always being there and part of Indwell as well. And thank you to everyone who made gowns for us. We just so appreciate that.
Yeah, there have been other ways as well that...
There's other ways. And your encouragement is so appreciated. We're going to...
Yeah.
What do you got there,
I was
Alex?
just going to mention these cards, sorry. The cards that people have made, so some people have made gowns, other people have done other wonderful things, but a lot of people have made cards of encouragement for our tenants, a lot of whom have had to stay in their homes, just like all of us have had to, right? And so the cards that they have received from people just are making cards, sending them into Indwell, and then the Indwell staff shares them with the tenants. I know that the girls at my house made a bunch of those cards as well. It's been a way for people to bless each other, and the tenants have felt very encouraged, I hear, by the cards that they've received. So keep doing that. Keep sending in more cards, because we're not done with COVID yet.
So far, we've had no cases of COVID, and we're so thankful. And that doesn't come without so much hard work. We're just thankful. Tenants, thank you for working so hard to socially distance yourselves and to follow guidelines that keep you and your neighbors safe. So thank you, first and foremost, to you. I want to say thank you to our food support team. And you've just dug in deep and come up with new ideas of how to make sure that people get food who need it right at their door so they don't have to go out, whether that's bringing a meal in our high support programs or whether that's with our great food box that we were able to very quickly initiate so that we could get groceries right to people's doors. Thank you for that. We're so appreciative. We're thankful for, there's some of the meals that you're seeing right there beside me that our team made. Awesome, nutritious meals brought right to the door for folks in their units. So thank you, team. Also, thank you to our facilities team. You have dug in and you've found out how to find PPE when no one else could get it. You made sure that everybody had it on time. And while we've been praying and preparing for the worst, we are so thankful that our best case scenario is still playing out. And we just ask for your continued support and continued prayers as we move through this pandemic. Our contractors, our construction sites are moving forward and continue to move forward. And you found a way as an essential service to keep these projects on time and moving forward. You've done creative things like one stairwell being up and the other down so that people don't have to pass in tight quarters. And you've kept everyone safe there as well, which is amazing. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for so many people, foundations, families, offices, individuals who've dug in deep to donate to our COVID Tenant Support Fund. You stepped up right at the right time. Thank you for that. You're making a difference. Special shout out to the London Community Foundation and the City of Hamilton for your support in there. Now, we get to go to the next location, and maybe I'll have lost the gown when we get back, if all works out well for me. We're going to Haldeman, Norfolk, going to Simcoe, where Leah Logan, our regional manager, and her team will give you a glimpse into Hambleton Hall, and you'll see Graham talking about the next new project, new building that we've just started there. Take us away.
Hi everybody, my name is Leah Logan and I'm a regional manager here at Indwell. I'm in Norfolk County and I get to talk to you about all of the wonderful work we're doing in Ontario's Garden. This has been a year of true celebration and of goodness in our community, and I'd like to share with you a little bit about that. I'm going to give you over to our team at Hambleton Hall to talk about what we're grateful for this year.
Hi, I'm Deborah Vandermeer. I'm so thankful for the gardens here at Hambleton Hall. We have 7 community gardens built by Church Out Serving, their volunteers, and our tenants. Last year alone, they produced 4,000 vegetable portions. Our tenants also have vegetable patches, They grow their own vegetables but also help out with the other gardens. I'm also thankful for our great volunteers. They do a wide variety of things, with planning our flower gardens and coming alongside our tenants in their everyday lives. Finally, I'm so thankful for our collective kitchens. We make great food together. We've made lasagna, meatloaf, and turkey pot pie.
Hi, my name is Mandy. I'm grateful for the opportunity Indwell has in Norfolk County to partner with their Homeless Prevention Services team. Unique to our Simcoe location is the provision of 5 emergency housing rooms, providing temporary shelter for those who are experiencing homelessness in our community. I have the great privilege of coming alongside each guest, working together to plan their next steps on the path to stable housing. Tenants of Hamilton Hall have embraced our homeless prevention role in the community as well. And on February 22nd, myself and a group of tenants participated in the Coldest Night of the Year fundraiser. Together we raised money and greater awareness for those who are homeless, hungry, and hurting in our community.
I'm Tom, I'm addiction support here at Hamilton Hall. Today, Catherine's playing in our Hamilton Hall. Here in the lounge, with the stained glass and the high ceilings, this venue is well utilized. It's also used by our community partners like the ACT team, Community Addiction and Mental Health, and Homes House here in Simcoe.
Hi, my name is Jessalyn Horton, and I'm the registered nurse here at Hamilton Hall in Simcoe in beautiful Norfolk County. To give someone a sense of community, to feel you belong to a unified body of individuals that care about each other and feel they belong, that is what we have and are so grateful for. From forming a sense of community within our program and our tenants to the amazing programming and community partners we have the pleasure of working with, here at Hamilton Hall, we feel we've been embraced and very blessed. The staff and tenants are always looking for ways to give back to the people of Norfolk County. We'd like to say thank you. Through generosity and donations raised by tenants this year from our annual parking lot fundraiser, our tenants felt honored to contribute to the new CT scanner at the Norfolk General Hospital. As well, they bought children in need in our community beautiful Christmas gifts.
Thank you, team, for sharing with us some of the grateful moments that we've had at Hamilton Hall this year. What I know is that I'm truly grateful for you and the work that you do in creating health, wellness, and belonging for our tenants. You might have noticed that I've changed locations. Behind me, you will see our newest project and what will be our second program in Norfolk County, the Dogwood Suites. The Dogwood Suites is actually a newly launched name. Prior to a few weeks ago, many would have known it as the Norfolk Inn. But we decided that with new development and new design comes a new name. And so we wanted to incorporate Norfolk heritage, and we used dogwood because that is the flower of Norfolk County. This site, in the spring of 2021, will be the home of 32 tenants. In the building, we will offer enhanced supports, such as a meal program, nursing, addiction, mental health supports, all in-house. The main floor will be a commercial space. Our hope is to further foster the partnerships that we have with community businesses, agencies, and organizations to ensure while we create something new, it's something that this community needs as well.
I'm here on site at Dogwood Suites in downtown Simcoe, the former Norfolk Inn project that we're converting into 32 affordable apartments with ground floor commercial space, transforming this local landmark into a much needed, affordable and supportive housing complex. It's also a big part of downtown Simcoe's revitalization as we and many other businesses and entrepreneurs are investing in this community's future. We are excited that the project is well underway and we've been able to continue work as an essential workplace over the last number of months. And we're right at the point where demolition is going to start taking outside walls apart and reframing the building. We've got a new roof going on shortly. The atrium in the center of the building is going to be revitalized. It's just really going to be a transformation over the next 10 to 12 months.
Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. Indwell is that beacon of hope for so many, and we are so fortunate that they have decided to call Norfolk County home.
To our dear friends at Indwell, greetings from Church Out Serving. We are so thankful for the shared heart we have in serving our neighbors together here in Simcoe. Keep up the good work, and we wish you every blessing.
Hi everyone, I am Jess
And Adam.
of Groundswell Co-working in downtown Simcoe.
We've been supporters and volunteers with Indwell for many years.
And we are so excited about the future of Indwell, especially in downtown Simcoe. And we wanted to say congrats and thank you for all the awesome work that you guys are doing, whether you are a staff person, volunteer, donor, or tenant.
And we're excited to be your across the street neighbors.
Yay!
Thank you, Leah, so much, and our fantastic team at Hamilton Hall, to Graham as well, and also those shout-outs that we received from Mayor Chop, Eric Haverkamp, and Jess and Adam as well. Thank you so much for all the work that you did to put into those videos as well. I hear that we've been getting some donations in.
We got a note here, and this is amazing. So if you can see this, the note keeps changing. So I'm supposed to talk about what's coming in, but we have to keep scribbling it out and increasing the number. It says 15,000, then 23,000, and right now we have $26,264 that have come in so far. So woohoo! Thank you so much.
But that was like 3 minutes ago, so I feel
like
that number is already way out of date for us.
It might be. And if you still want to donate, please do. If you're still thinking about it, you can make a difference. Even a very small amount. You might think, oh, does $5 make a difference? Well, it absolutely does. Because collectively, and that's what we're here today, with almost 1,200 of us tonight on this virtual gala, that we're collectively making an impact. We are working together to end homelessness, where we are building community and enriching people with networks and connections and life skills to be able to thrive and to flourish. And all of us are a part of that. And I'm just so thankful for that. So if you want to do that yet, you can. You can go onto our website. It's indwell.ca/donate, or you can just go indwell.ca and you'll find it. Or you can go and you can call us, and that's 1-866-529-0454. If you lost that, you can also find that. It's on our website as well, our phone number. And you can donate there. And if you're thinking about sending in a check, please do, but we want to actually include it in the thermometer that's going to come up again just below me. And we want to include that pledge and know that it's coming. So if you can call in or send me an email, it's Jeff, Jeff, @indwell.ca. Send me a note, and then we can be sure to include that in our thermometer here tonight. We're just so delighted that these donations are coming in. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so Jeff, I'm just wondering, what do these donations do? I know that we're going to be sharing, oh, there it is, a crane slide. Can you explain it for us?
Sure. So this slide right here talks about our projects. And you've wondered, how do you fund these? Is it all government dollars? Is it all donated dollars? Is it all mortgage? How does that work? Well, to bring the rents all the way down as low as possible, we shoot for zero mortgage, zero financing. Now, that's not always possible, but that's the target and the goal. And often what we start with is our support community, us, you. We start with building, what do we have? It's no different than John and Sini Prinzen did 50 years ago when they opened the doors of their house to people coming out of psychiatric hospital due to deinstitutionalization. It's the same thing we do today. We say, what do we have? What can we start with? What can we bring? And we do that together. So often our projects are about 15% donor right up front. And often what we find then is that there's some momentum. And the municipality says, okay, we can jump in too. Maybe we can contribute. And often what we ask the municipality to do is about 10%. And then we go out to our provincial and federal partners, and we're so delighted with some of the funds that have come through the National Housing Strategy most recently that we're able to get these projects further funded. But that takes all of us continuing to remind us as a society, as a civic society, we want to make sure that housing and prevention of homelessness and ending homelessness are always high priorities on how all of our tax dollars are spent. So we thank you for that. We also, some of you want to know, well, how much of your money, what do you need to keep operations going? Well, I'm glad you asked that too. it's about similar in terms of about 15% of every year of our operations comes from you, me, us, that we're donating, starting with what we have. About 45% comes from our tenants paying that very low rent. If they could pay 100%, that would be awesome, but it's not possible. And in order to help people to have money for things like food and transportation and clothing and maybe a cell phone, we can do that when the rent is so low, often between $500 to $550 a month. So that's what we do for operating, and then the remainder portion is we look for grants and subsidies from basically whoever will help us. And that could be foundations, it could be government, it could be Ministry of Health, and all together what we have is we have a robust and sustainable organization that ensures that people will have hope and homes into the future. So thank you for your donations. Now, we are going to go to our newest region, and that's right there for those of you who are tuning in from Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, in the Waterloo region. We're going to go talk to you. Oh, I just saw a note. Somebody give us a shout out from Argentina. Thanks for that. That's awesome. But we're going to go to KW first, Waterloo region, and there we're going to have the opportunity to see our next project that's just starting, the former St. Mark's Lutheran Church. And there we are celebrating the first big gift there from the Cowan Foundation and from St. Mark's Lutheran Church, a huge gift in the purchase of that property. And just this last few weeks, the Kitchener-Waterloo Community Foundation has approved a mortgage so that we can finalize the purchase of St. Mark's Church just in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to head there. Leah Logan's going to be back with us, and she's going to walk us through some of our plans for the Waterloo region. Let's go there.
Hi everybody. My name is Leah Logan, and I am a regional manager for Indwell. I oversee Haldimand Norfolk County, and for the last year I've been able to work in Waterloo region as well. I have to say that we are so excited to be bringing our vision of hope and homes for all to the Waterloo region. You know, we have been chatting in Waterloo for many years. We've been investigating, we've been having conversations with wonderful partners, wonderful community members, and just getting to know, those that are in need of housing and what that housing looks like for them. And after all of that investigative work, we're so excited to say that at the end of June, we will be purchasing St. Mark's Lutheran Church. Our vision for that church is to be able to provide 40 apartments through that building. We'll be adding an expansion of one story to one part of the building there in hopes that we can create more housing because we know that we need that. The building itself and the program will look to house those with concurrent health issues, those suffering from physical ailments, mental health, addiction struggles, and those that are just financially strained by the system right now. We're also really excited to say with the building, we'll be able to preserve the sanctuary and use that for community space. We want to take this building that was a community building and reinfuse community into it. Not only with apartments, but with community space that we can offer to our neighbors and to our fellow partners. We've already been chatting with neighborhood associations about how we can use that space to betterment the community around us and the community within, and we're really excited about that.
Hi, I'm Karen Redmond, Chair of Waterloo Region, and I am pleased to participate in the first ever virtual gala, Hope at Home for Indwell. COVID-19 has changed so many things in our lives. It has amplified the value we each place in our homes, those in our family, and the people who make up our community. Waterloo Region is proud to be a member of the Indwell community.
Hello friends at Indwell. Thank you for the way you continue to inspire us both at House of Friendship at Waterloo Region by providing hope and homes and transforming people's lives. Have a great gala.
Hi, my name's Mary Dalton, and I'm proud to be here on behalf of the Cowan Foundation Board and all the employees at Cowan. We are really impressed with Indwell. We donated to your Royal Oak Project in Hamilton, and also we're the first donors to what we hope will be a long list of donors in Waterloo Region. On behalf of all of us here, we want to give a shout out to the staff at Indwell, because it's the people that make the difference. And so we thank you for what you do, and we hope you continue doing it. All the best.
Hi, my name is Jesse Thistle. I'm the best-selling author of From the Ashes. And I just want to say from me to you guys that are out there doing the work, thank you, Indwell. You guys are helping house our homeless relatives who need shelter, and especially in this really trying time of COVID. Your efforts are warming my heart and the hearts of others, and I'm just so thankful and grateful for the work that you do. I looked at your numbers and you guys are just housing more and more people, so thank you very much from me to you.
Thank you so much, Leah, and to those who sent in shout-outs, Chair Karen Redmond, John Neufeld, Mary Dalton, and Jesse Thistle. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see all of our new friends out there in Woodstock. We have a few door prizes to share with people. So we've got some names here that can be shaken up.
Right.
And Jeff, are you going to do the honors of taking the first one out?
Yes,
all right.
I can.
So let's just talk about our prizes first.
We
So our
should.
first prize here is from the London Shops. There's all around coffee, including some handmade pottery things. I see some soap here. It's a great prize. Who's going to win it?
So I think my daughter wants this one. So
Okay,
but
make
does
sure you pick
does
her
she
name
count?
out.
Does she count?
I don't know.
All right, it is going to Gary Mackin. Gary Mackin.
Congratulations,
All right. So
Gary.
congratulations. We're gonna
Exciting.
Put that with there. So Gary,
Yes.
if you want to give us a shout out and let us know where you're from or something like that, that'd be fun too. You can do that.
All right, the second prize is from Hambleton Hall. It's a stained glass rescued out of that hall in Simcoe. And
All right.
Jeff,
For
I'm going
the
to pull out the
stained
next
glass
one.
from
Let me shake
Hamilton
it up
Hall.
first. All right, let's see.
Let's see what we got here. We got Bruce Wilson. Bruce Wilson, you get a stained glass original from Hambleton Hall.
Beautiful. And our last prize is a basket from Vintage Charm right here in Hamilton. Maybe your daughter will get this one.
Maybe she
We'll
will.
see.
Maybe she will. And it is Moreau de Murillo. Awesome. We got this for you.
Excellent. And before we move on, we have something very exciting to say. We got another number for what we're up to. And our thermometer is climbing higher and higher. We're at $35,675. So
Wow.
we are getting
Wow.
there. I
That is
believe that we are going to get to 50,000 and beyond. What do you think?
I think so.
I think so.
It's amazing how quickly this is climbing. So thank you so much for everyone who's chipped in. And it's just incredible. Thank you for these wonderful gifts. Thank you for coming tonight and joining in. And thank you to our sponsors. I want to say thank you for our sponsors because you covered our costs so that every donation you're making tonight is going directly to our support programs to help our tenants, to help our buildings, to house people. And so thank you for that, sponsors. We're just going to go through and just give a shout out of those sponsors now because we really appreciate you. So I just want to have a shout out to AEL Environment, Airlock, AIM, which is American Iron and Metal, and the Bold Group.
And then we're moving on also to some more budget bin and budget demolition. Thank you so much. We also have a special shout out to Burnett Okansky Dale Financial Group with CIBC from Woodgundy, London. And mistakes happen. We apologize. That one didn't end up on the letter. But so a special thank you to you. Also CK Engineering. And thank you too to Elizabeth Cormier Professional Corporation.
We also want to thank Counterpoint Engineering. We want to thank Anne DeBono of Remax Advantage London. And also our good friends at the dispensary and PharmaSave in Woodstock, Simcoe, and Hamilton. We're glad you're part of our team as well. We want to say thank you to Henry and Marjoline Icing from Icing Greenhouses. Thank you for your support and sponsorship.
And that's not it. We move on to say thank you to Hassan Law, as well as Alison Henkel for BDO in Woodstock, and Envisage Architects, as well as Just Working.
Thanks also to Kalos Engineering. Thank you so much to Leon's down in Simcoe. You guys are awesome. Morrison Insurance, thank you for your support. And there might be some sort of family connection here. We're appreciative for Nevin Custom Homes too. Thanks for your support.
We also would like to say thank you to PRL Guyat Electric, David Vanderwoord from Ross and McBride, Skilled House Construction, and T. Johns Consulting Group. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you so much to Toyota. Thank you to Upper James Pharmacy. Thank you to Van Harten Surveying. And thank you to WPE Landscape Equipment. This event couldn't be possible without your support, so we say thank you to you all. And we are going to head out now to Indwell's second oldest region, where we expanded into in 2004, into Woodstock. And we're going to continue our tour there, and you will get to meet Ashlyn Hill, the Oxford Program Manager. And if you haven't had a chance to meet her and hear about her story and how she came to us, maybe she might tell you about coming to us first as a student and a part-time job on the university. She's great. We're thankful for her. And it's been such a beautiful opportunity to see Ashlyn continue to evolve in this program and take our programs in Woodstock forward. And just briefly, so that you know, we have 150 people that we provide housing and support to in Woodstock. And now you might be wondering, and some have asked, do you have any projects going in Woodstock? Right now we don't. That doesn't mean there isn't a need. It means that unfortunately we don't have a project lined up ready to go to meet that need. We did open one last year and last summer. Some of you were there for the grand opening. We celebrated an opening of a new building there at Blossom Park. But we are continuing to look for how do we help to all the pieces together to support the folks in Oxford County who are still desperately looking for hope and homes. Did you know that at Indwell we have people calling every single day? We have over 2,600 names of folks who've called us and said, we need housing, we need your help. We actually can do this. We know how to do this. We need to continue to work together. We need to continue to bring what we have. You're doing awesome. We're doing great. I appreciate that. But we can actually solve homelessness in Southern Ontario with your help and with your digging deep as you're doing tonight. Thank you. You're making a difference. We can continue to tackle that. It sounds like a list of names, but really it's stories. It's people who are enduring some horrific things right now and living on the street in tents and in hospital, and some are even in jail, like you heard the story of Lawrence. So we are, with your help, able to tackle that, and I'm excited about going to Woodstock and hearing some more stories there. And you're going to hear from Robert, a tenant at Blossom Park Apartments. So here we go. Right now, we're heading out to Woodstock.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here with us today. My name is Ashlyn. I'm very excited to welcome you to Woodstock and tell you how you are transforming lives in our community. Indwell has 3 programs in Oxford County. This includes 80 apartments at Harvey Woods Lofts, 27 apartments at our Blossom Park townhomes, and 34 apartments at our newest building, the Blossom Park Apartments, which opened in July 2019. Making hope and homes a reality in Woodstock happens because of people truly living out what it means to be a neighbor. At Indwell, we talk about building affordable housing communities, and this is so true here. The theme of "We're all in this together" was a conviction we felt in this county long before these unprecedented times with COVID. We see it in the support of community partners as they share resources and work collaboratively on creative solutions to meet the needs of our tenants. Community partners like the local churches, the Oxford Community Health Center, United Way, Operation Sharing, CMHA. There's so many more that I would love to name and I just don't have the time to. But please know how grateful we are that we have the privilege to work together. We see being a neighbor lived out in our volunteers who freely share their time to run Bible studies, run game nights, prepare meals, and make PPE, and so much more. Our buildings provide bright, shared, and open community spaces where it's easy to gather in fellowship. While in many ways, working together and supporting each other comes naturally, it's something that our multidisciplinary team prioritizes. Our housing support team, peer support team, nursing, addictions, and food security continue to work collaboratively to develop the Blossom Park program and deliver housing supports that promote inclusion and empowerment for all of our tenants. We see it in our tenants getting together to share a meal, play bingo, make music together, bake for local schools, have Bible studies, or just sit and share a cup of coffee. Thank you for coming on a virtual tour of Indwell and Woodstock. We look forward to seeing you in the real world very soon.
I'm Robert Hoyland. I was born in Ingersoll, Ontario, 1970. I lived in this place for 38 years, and then I moved there for about 14. And I came back here to Woodstock. It seems like it's easy to make friends actually here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are actually more open to being friends than I thought they were.
Tell us a bit about your life before moving to Indwell.
It was terrible. Mm-hmm. I was around crime. I was around crime daily.
So how did you first hear about Indwell?
My uncle's girlfriend. She said, apply. So she said there's supposed to be a new one.
How did you feel when you first learned you would be moving in here?
I was ecstatic.
What are some of the things that Indwell does that makes living here different? Do you like
the building is nice. I live up there.
Do you like your apartment?
Yeah.
What do you like about your apartment?
It's quaint. It's just cozy. Mm-hmm. And everyone says it is. Everyone that comes in there, oh, your place is so nice. And my life has changed by living here just due to the nice staff people. And I know if I was in dire need, if I really got sick, I know I could count on you guys. There's a sense of security in more ways than one.
With inspiring, hardworking people like you providing the hope and homes for our most vulnerable, there's a big shining light at the end of the tunnel, and its name is Indwell. Please stay safe and stay strong.
Hey friends at Indwell, we here at Maranatha Church in Woodstock are so proud of all of you and want to thank you for helping keep hope alive during COVID-19.
Hey Indwell, it's some of us here at the Oxford County Community Health Center. We're so sorry we can't be there with you tonight.
We miss everybody's faces and wish we could see you, and we have a short message to share.
Go. Happy.
Two.
Community.
Partner. Like you.
Yay.
Thank you, Ashlyn and Robert, as well as Minister Hardman and Pastor Daryl Meyer, as well as the friends at Oxford County Community Health Center. We have some more exciting news as well to share with everybody. We are getting super excited, which is why my mic keeps moving around. $45,795 is the amount that we're at. I feel like we need to do like a drum roll or a clap or something like that.
Fantastic.
We are getting so close.
And Alice, how can people donate?
Oh, yes, people can donate.
Here it is. You can donate by one of these ways. And it's just to put that out there. If you're just joining us now, you joined Indwell, where we are a charity that is working together to come across Southern Ontario to ensure that everyone has a home and hope and friends and community and wellness and a future. And so thanks for joining us. Here's some of the ways that you can donate still to push us up over into the sky. Make that thermometer go sky high, right, Alice? And right over the roof of the Rudy Halst building thermometer there. So you can go to indwell.ca. You can go to you can call us. Kelly's here waiting for you, wants to hear from you. You can call Kelly at 1-866-529-0454. You can also send a check in the mail. Mail still works. We seem to have rediscovered that in the last 3 months. And but do let us know that that's coming so that we can include it right here in the thermometer. So you can do that by calling us or send me a quick email to jeff@indwell.ca so that I know that your pledge is coming. Appreciate that very much. And we are next going to head to our newest city, and that is in London. Now, it's newest to us because we opened there almost a year ago now. But it's not new in that we started conversations there with Talbot Street Church talking about how do we make a difference in the community? How do people who care, people of faith, people coming together who want a better London, how do we make a difference? That was 2008 that we first started those conversations. Sorry it took us so long to finally open. And we were looking for a building to speed up that rate over the last year or two. And we prayed that, you know what? Let's just say an audacious prayer like, God, will you provide an empty building for us? And wouldn't you believe it that just shortly after that, someone who was building a new building called us up and said, would you be interested in taking this over? We leased it for the first 6 or 7 months or so, and then we're able to purchase that building. And so it is a huge celebration and an answer to prayer and an answer to many of your prayers in London. You've been looking for this type of housing and support for a long time, and we've heard you and we've responded, and we're so thankful that you in turn have responded and continue to make that possible. So together we're making this happen, and we're making a difference. And so we're going to go and hear more about that right now. Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Timler and I'm a regional manager with Indwell in London. Thank you so much for being a part of this evening with us. There's definitely a lot to be celebrated. Specifically in London, we've been there for nearly a year providing hope and homes to over 66 individuals.
Ears for welcome with open doors and open hearts we welcome.
O is for opportunities. Eyes open and ears to the ground. We identify opportunities for connection in our building and in our community.
O is for optimism. We believe we will win.
D is for diversity. Diversity makes us stronger.
F is for faith. With faith and grace, we meet our tenants where they are.
I is for independence. Together our team works to grow the independence of our tenants we support.
E is for equality. We meet you where you are without judgment.
L is for leadership. Woodfield Gate is the first building in London, bringing hope and homes to all.
D is for dedication. Our team is committed to building hope and homes across the community.
G is for gratitude. Each day we remember the gift this community has given.
A is for attitude. With a good attitude and a full belly, we can move mountains.
T is for tenacity. We will never give up.
So E is for everyone in our community here at Woodfield Gate.
We want
want to thank everybody from our local food banks to Chill, to all our healthcare providers that work with us, and everybody who's donated us to have a home. Today, here's our thank you. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Harris, project developer at Indwell.
And I'm Julie Ryan, community engagement coordinator.
We're here together, but apart, to give you some exciting announcements about 744 Dundas Street, which is right behind us in the heart of the Oldies Village in London, Ontario.
The first update is really exciting. We have a name for the building. It'll be Embassy Commons. Embassy, to remember and celebrate the Embassy Hotel, which stood on this land for decades, both as a cultural and social hub for the community. Commons, to recognize all the great things that are going to be happening in the space, both residential and commercial space.
Within a year and a half to 2 years, Embassy Commons will be home to 72 new tenants who are either currently homeless, living in the hospital, or are precariously housed.
Embassy Commons will also be home to a new regional office for Indwell, so we can continue to grow in southwestern Ontario. It will also have 3 commercial spaces along Dundas Street, and we're excited about the potential partners there and what they will offer the neighborhood and our tenants.
It was 2.5 years ago that Tricard Development took the first step in purchasing the site for us to give us time to get all the development approvals and the funding that we needed to get started on the project, and we're excited to announce that Embassy Commons will start construction this summer.
Funding is starting to come in for this project. We are seeking $2 million from the community, and already over $700,000 has been raised. This funding helps leverage funding from the city and the Housing Development Corporation, which just approved over $5 million in funding. We've got a great volunteer crew that's here in London that's working to raise the rest of the money from individuals and corporations and foundations. Contact me if you can help.
Thank you so much for all you've done to help make this project happen, and we're just looking forward to doing so much more together for the City of London.
Thank you to everybody who's prayed for us, who's given us in-kind gifts, and who's donated towards this project. We really appreciate all your support, and we're ready to start digging.
Home is a space, an understanding, and a feeling. Thank you to Indwell for helping so many achieve all 3 of those things. You are amazing.
Indwell, thanks for supporting London's most vulnerable, and we look forward to your second building opening early next year.
Hey everyone, Councillor Kayabaga here, joining you in your celebration of hope and to celebrate your new beginnings and to thank Indwell and their staff for all that they do to provide permanent and safe homes. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jody Younger, Vice President Patient Care and Quality for St. Joseph's Healthcare London, and a proud supporter and partner of Indwell. What wonderful work we've already done in this first year, and so excited for the next project to come. And beyond that, our continued partnership and working together to build a healthier community.
It's just so great that you're so excited about London, because that caused us to just shoot right over the top. My favorite color has appeared on Rudy Halse Commons ceiling or roof or whatever, and is going into the sky. We are now at $51,963. So yes, We're just so thankful for all of your support, and just want to say thank you then again to Natasha and our London team, and to Sylvia as well. Wanted to mention, you probably heard a lot of wind going on in a lot of those videos, but it's actually exciting because all of these people were using their own cell phones to make these passionate videos about the things that are happening there. So it's a bit of a sound barrier, but it's exciting at the same time that people are at work and passionately sharing what they want to be doing and showing us the outside scenes of what's going on. So also thank you to MPP Kernahan, Mayor Holder, Councillor Kayabaga, and Jody Younger as well for your shout outs. Thank you.
So some of you have asked some questions while we've been here tonight. I just want to talk about a couple of those things. One is, why do you keep on growing? And why do we keep on growing? And I talked a little bit about that, is because the need is present and it's real. And we see it on our streets. You see it on our streets every day. We see that people are homeless. We see that people are without supports. We see that people are suffering with ill health, with addictions. And that's why we are here with a solution. There's a huge need. And the need is significant, but we have a solution. And together, we are implementing this solution. And our commitment is that we are going to meet that need. Our vision is hope and homes for all. That's an inclusion statement also, but it's numerical in nature. We're not done until everyone has hope and homes. So this is fantastic that you've joined us and that the thermometer continues to grow here tonight. So thank you for that and joining in Hope at Home.
Jeff, it just strikes me. I just find it so interesting. We're doing Hope at Home right now. And that does mean that pretty much everybody who's watching tonight has a home, is watching perhaps from their home or from a friend, near their home. But what we are talking about here today is people who don't have what we are just all taking for granted, our home that we're in, that we're safe in during this time of COVID as well. So yeah, just so excited that so many people are with us, that you're all with us in this story and are excited to make a difference as well, providing the same thing that we all are having and all need, right? So thank you.
Alice, thank you for your leadership and your passion that you bring to Indwell as well. And you can see a little taste of that here tonight. So thank you for that. And just to address a couple of the other questions that people have asked, and one of the questions is, these places look beautiful. Why? And we know, we started at the beginning talking about the three values that bring us together: dignity, love, and hope. And we see the difference that a good, quality, safe place to live makes in the lives of people. I know that I enjoy that, and I know that our tenants enjoy that. And when those pieces are brought together, when people have the sense of dignity, and we started by talking about John Perkins, and he has a quote, and he says, you don't give people dignity, you affirm the dignity that they inherently already have. And that's a good reminder. And so we go forward with that, knowing that there's lots of work to do yet, but also knowing that we're not alone on this, that this is a large community that's digging deep, ensuring that the least of us are cared for. And so with that, sometimes it's hard work, and sometimes sometimes it feels somewhat dark. It is dark when you hear the stories, and reach out, listen, hear some stories, hear more stories after tonight. Ask people about their experience of homeless, of mental health, of addictions. Listen deeply, and that's dark. But there's also joy, and the joy is in the hope and the stories, and when we get to welcome someone into a new building. And one of those folks on our development team who brought some joy and reminds us of why we're doing what we're doing in those kind of dark spots. His name's George Sweetman, and I don't know how he is as a singer, but he's a pretty good songwriter. And he wrote a little song that we're going to enjoy about sites on behalf of our development team. So we're going to go to that song, and it's performed by Justin DeWard, who is our regional manager in Oxford. So let's go to that now.
These sights are bound for glory. These sights are bound for glory. These sights are bound for glory. It's another chapter in a hope-filled story. These sights are bound for glory. These sights don't burn the column. These sights don't burn the column. These sights don't burn the carbon. No greenhouse gas and no planet harming. These sights don't burn the carbon. These sights won't house no haters. These sights won't house no haters. These sights won't house no haters. Only those who make our world greater. These sights won't house no haters. These sights will get our very best. These sights will get our very best. These sights will get our very best. Cause it's a one step where our righteous housing quest. These sights will get our very best. These sights are bound for glory. These sights are bound for glory. These sights are bound for glory. It's another chapter in a hope-filled story. These sights are bound for glory. These sights.
So we're back.
Yes.
And that was a beautiful song. Love it so much. Justin, great. George, thanks for writing those lyrics. It reminded me there, these aren't no carbon burning buildings, I think was the line. And you might not know this, but we're building all of our buildings to passive house standards because we're here for the long term. And we're here in our buildings, in our supports for the long term. But how are we doing on the fundraising?
Well, before we go to fundraising, which is super exciting, I did want to tell everybody that the first time you watched that song, I saw tears in your eyes.
You weren't supposed to tell me that.
That's a beautiful song, and it was worth tears, so yes. But we have another exciting thing to share. We have some more numbers, and we're not even going to show that thermometer anymore because the roof got blown off, as mentioned. There is no more, well, there's more room for more, but there's no more room on the thermometer. We're at $66,890.
Yeah.
Yes, and we thankfully will accept continued donations as well because every single one of those dollars will go towards Hope and Home for All. So we're not stopping here. We're continuing to go on also as we have one more city to visit.
And it's absolutely correct. Even after we're done being live here, people can still donate. It doesn't end. And so donate by going to indwell.ca/donate or just indwell.ca and follow the links. You can do that. Or you can call in 1-866-529-0454. And if you're going to send something in the mail, we want to include that in our total tonight. So shoot me an email at jeff@indwell.ca or call Kelly at the number 1-866-529-0454, and we'll include that in the total. So before we leave here tonight, I'm thinking it's going to be even higher than the 66,890 that we're at. So that's great. So where are we going next?
We're going on to Port Credit in Mississauga, I hear.
That's awesome. Let's see. Sylvia's going to talk about that latest project.
I'm a project developer at Indwell, and I wanted to give you an update about our project at 425 Lakeshore Road East in Port Credit, Mississauga. Together with our general contractor, Skilltice Construction, we're building a 4-story, 68-unit apartment building with ground floor commercial. Like all of our new development, we're building this building to the Passive House standard, which will be extremely comfortable and energy efficient for our tenants. as well as help us fight climate change through reducing our greenhouse gas emissions. We're finalizing our plans with Compass Food Bank for them to move from their current location to this building when we open it up in September of 2021. We've experienced a lot of challenges getting out of the ground at this site due to an incredibly complex environmental cleanup process, but we are thankful for an overwhelming supportive community, from the most generous capital grant that we've ever received from any level of government at $21.5 million from the region of Peel, to an incredibly supportive building department at the City of Mississauga for allowing us to get started on foundations and site servicing right now, to an overwhelmingly welcome environment from the Port Credit Business Improvement Area, the Lakeview area neighbors, and the Town of Port Credit area neighbors, to a network of churches and faith partners who've been praying for us for over 7 years to be able to come to Mississauga. And we look forward to working through all of the challenges to be able to provide a new home that is permanent, safe, and affordable for 68 people in just over a year. This is our first project in Mississauga, but it's not our last, and we hope to build around 200 units over the next 5 years. And we look forward to celebrating those projects to come. But we just want to say thank you for your continued support and prayers, and taking the time to celebrate with us tonight more lives transformed.
Hey, just a quick shout out to Indwell for their Gala, Hope at Home. What an incredible time to be reminded of how essential it is, not just to have a dwelling place, but to have a place where you're wanted and you're loved and you're known and you belong. And that is exactly what a home is. And I'm so proud of the work that you do, Indwell. Please be congratulated. And also, let's keep celebrating. And also, please, let's continue to support this incredible work so that more and more and more people who desperately need it can experience the beauty of being home and finding home. This is beautiful gospel work. Thank you, and God bless you.
Oh, great. Another city. Thank you, Sylvia, and thank you, Danielle. Danielle was one of the speakers for us at our recent leadership training that we had 85% of our staff attend 2 days of leadership training. Danielle was one of the people that we turned to hear about leadership, and she's a teaching pastor at a church here outside of Toronto, and so we're thankful for her. And where are we at in terms of the donations? We have just passed, let's have the drum roll here.
Drum roll!
We just passed $80,000. Wow, $80,000. This is incredible. We have far surpassed our goal of $50,000. You never had a doubt, did you?
I did not have a doubt, no.
So, we need to do that.
Cheers, but COVID safe cheers, of course, right?
Cheers,
Jeff.
There we go.
Yes. Maybe we should do virtual galas more often.
And maybe we do cheers to everybody who's out there that has their Indwell sticker on their cup. So we'll do that. This is something for all of us to celebrate together. So well done. Thank you for joining us. Our phones are still going to be here open. You can call in until about 9:30. Then Kelly will probably want to go home. But call in, even if it's tomorrow. We had a question that someone said, can I donate? There's one project that I really love. Can I designate my donation to that project? Of course you can. You can donate to a capital project of a specific location. You can donate to the support programs of a specific project. Or if you don't designate, then it will just go to our general operating support for our tenants. And that's where it's going tonight. So we're really thankful that you joined us tonight. And I don't know if you have some closing words yet?
You're really putting me on the spot,
I know.
Jeff.
So we just want to say thanks.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a great evening together with everybody. It has felt like we've been together in a way. And yeah, just so exciting that everybody has pulled through in this way, and all the amazing videos that we watched. I feel like I know so much more about Indwell myself. So Thank you, everybody.
You're making a difference. Together, we're bringing hope and homes for all. So thank you very much. Do we say anything when we come back?